deans, directors, and other very senior members of the university community, family members, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 27th inaugural lecture of the National Open University of Nigeria. Without taking undue time and without necessary sounding boring, on this occasion I'd like to invite no other but the chairman of the occasion, well represented here today by the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Technology, Innovation and Research, Professor Godwin Akwe, to commence with the business of today. Sir, you're welcome.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academics, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration, the Registrar of the University, the Vice Librarian, the Dean of the most noble faculty in the world, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, the inaugural lecturer, the 27th inaugural lecturer. If she was a clergy, I would have said the most, Professor Iyabode Nwabueze, the University Orator, the Deans of Postgraduate Studies, Deans of Faculties, Emeritus Professor Godwin Sobolo, my own members of our own fraternity, the National Academy of Letters, members of Senate, directors of non-teaching units, the university community, our invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Today is another historic day in the history of our university, and in the administration, our most efficient, the best Vice Chancellor in Africa, Professor Olufemi A. Peters. That of all this, the 27th lecturer will come from no other faculty, but from the best faculty, that's the Faculty of Arts. And then, most of it all, it is going to be presented by the mother of the whole nation, the lady. So let us see whether we can congratulate the other male, Professor Nwabueze from the University of Lagos, for giving us these assets as a university, and we hope that we will be able to take something home. May we observe 1 minute silence as members of Senate and the university community in remembrance of the 26th inaugural lecturer, Professor Ahmed Fujida, who came to this headquarters for an official assignment, and then he left us to be with God on his way back to the station in Kaduna in Kasli Mutua City. Shall we rise for the meeting? May the soul of the departed, along with other departed, rest in peace. Please be seated. Colleagues, my boss, Professor Olufemi Peters, is just following his own path of clearing the path of growth of the National Open University of Nigeria for the next century, and that is why he was now able to make his flight air this morning to preside over this meeting. a good Vice Chancellor should be able to have deputies, meaning that the Vice Chancellor will always be around. Even when the sitting Vice Chancellor is physically away, there should be somebody to fit in his shoe. And that is why he called me. He was not able to make his flight, so I should preside over his position as a Deputy Vice Chancellor on his behalf. And that is the reason why I'm standing for the Vice Chancellor. The inaugural lecture is an event where an academic will come out and tell the whole world that's nothing to do with one particular institution. Tell the whole world his or her own area of specialization, the contribution made so far, and maybe where the research will take the person in the next few years, and what the community will also learn from all that the university has been doing and intends to also do. So today we are privileged to have somebody from the most cultured faculty in the academia in the university system, the Faculty of Arts. That is where values are taught. That is where values are important. That is where ideas are important. That is where rationality governs everything. The most intelligent person to rule the public. And therefore, today, we are blessed to have this noble lady. I will do the work of the University Orator. The University Orator will present this world asset that God has given to the world, and especially to the National Open University through the Faculty of Arts. Professor Nwabueze from the University of Lagos, sorry for you. Today she's our own. Then you can sort yourselves out after the event. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor, National Open University of Nigeria, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of Technology, Innovation and Research, Professor Godwin Akpa. To set the dice rolling, and just before we do just that, let me very expressly recognize the husband of the inaugural lecturer today. He is a professor of sociology from the University of Lagos, Nwabueze. Please address your recognition. Let me also recognize High Chief Pastor Kolawole James Arthur, who is the senior brother of the inaugural lecturer. Sir, you most welcome. Just like the Vice Chancellor clearly noted, we want to present to you the inaugural lecturer to the world. And in announcing her presence before you today, may I invite the university lecturer, Dr. Obuche, to do just that.
Citation for Professor Iyabode Nwabueze, member, Nigerian Academy of Letters, MNAL. Vice Chancellor Sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that I present the citation of our 27th inaugural lecturer, Professor Iyabode Nwabueze, MNAL, Dean of the Faculty of Arts. Professor Nwabueze is a renowned language scholar and distinguished academic, widely acclaimed for her outstanding contributions to the discipline of languages. With over 24 years of academic experience in teaching, research, and community service, Professor Nwabueze embodies excellence in both academia and public service. These outstanding accomplishments are a testament to her intellectual stature. Born on 20th May 1968 to late Chief Samuel Ikonjola and late Mrs. Florence Ebu Aute Inaugural. Aboko Edo State. She is the 5th child of her parents. She started her primary education at St. Joseph's Catholic Primary School in Iyabode, Iyabode, from 1974 to 1980. She then proceeded to Elele Secondary School, Elele, Iyabode, from 1980 to 1985 for high school. Further, motivated by a desire for higher education, she began her tertiary education in 1987 at the University of Iyabode, where she obtained B.Ed, English and Language Arts combined honors degree in 1991, M.A. English Language in 1998, and PhD English Language in 2008. Her expertise encompasses a diverse range of subjects, including syntax, phonetics and phonology, semantics, and the teaching of English language, communication and language skills, virtual communication, psycholinguistics, gender studies, child language studies, language and COVID-19 studies, and Nigerian languages preservation. Professor Nwabueze's career is distinguished by a strong commitment to academic excellence and leadership. She has served as a researcher, educator, visiting scholar, and external examiner at numerous reputable institutions. She started her work career as a National Youth Service Corps member with the Education Corps of the Nigerian Army at 35 Artillery Brigade, Alamala Barracks, Abeokuta, Ogun State, where she taught English language. She was later employed as a trainee reporter in the Guardian newspapers from 1992 to 1993, from where she left for Edo State as a classroom teacher at the Anglican Grammar School, Igara, until 1996. In 1997, she was appointed as a classroom teacher at Government Science Secondary School, Oganana, Kogi State. She moved from there to become lecturer 3 at the Federal College of Education of Kenya from 2000 to 2009. She transferred her service to the National Open University of Nigeria in 2009 as a program leader 2 and senior lecturer in the defunct School of Arts and Social Sciences. She became a visiting scholar at the University of Ghana, Legon, Accra, from 2015 to 2016 on sabbatical leave as an associate professor of English language. She grew within the ranks until she achieved the rank of professor in 2017, making history as the first professor of English at the National Open University of Nigeria. Previously, she was the director of the Benin Study Center and is currently the first consecutive two-term dean, Faculty of Arts. She's also a member now 7th Government Council, representing the now Senate. As a prolific researcher, Professor Nwabueze has received numerous grants, including the National Open University of Nigeria Senate Research Grant and the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TEP book publication grants. She has also written course materials and made instructional videos to improve learning accessibility to students. She coordinated the review of the BA English program as head of unit, as well as developed the MA English and PhD English programs, and the CCMAS content for the language component of the BA English, the BA Linguistics, and BA Film Production and Theatre Arts programs in the faculty. In addition to her research accomplishments, Professor Nwabueze has supervised NCE, BA, and MA and MPhil theses in FCE, Okene, now and the University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. She currently has 2 PhD students under her supervision. She served as an external examiner to 2 PhD theses at Karunya Institute of Science and Technology, Tamil Nadu, India, significantly contributing to academic mentorship and knowledge dissemination. She has published over 61 research articles, book chapters, and creative works in national and international journals and conference proceedings. Notably, her groundbreaking textbooks on published works are Nwabueze, IOA, and Romanus about X 2023, Linguistic Structure, Language Contact, and Virtual Communication, a flagship for Tayo Lamidi, published by Noun Press, a publication sponsored by TEDFund. And also, Communication and Language Skills, published by Cambridge Scholars Publishing United Kingdom in 2018. As a language scholar, she has attended conferences nationally and internationally. She has won several travel grants to these conferences, including international travel grants by the Commonwealth of Learning, called in 2010 to the 6th Pan-African Forum, PCF6, in Karachi, Kerala, India. She has also attended others with support from NAM, TEDFund, and the Electoral Institute, the training arm of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Professor Nwabueze's dedication to community service is evident through her involvement in various professional bodies, including membership of the African Council for Distance Education, ACDE, Association of Nigerian Authors, ANA, English Scholars Association of Nigeria, ESA, ESAN, and the prestigious Nigerian Academy of Letters, NAL, into which she was inducted in August 2023. She is the editor-in-chief, the Noun Scholar, Faculty of Arts Journal. She is also an editorial member and reviewer to several academic journals, including Common Arts and Humanities by Taylor and Francis Publishing in the United Kingdom, and Horizon in Malaysia. She is currently a member, Board of Trustees, Family Restoration Initiative, Fari, Lagos. She is also an active member of the Iyabode Age Group in Obe and the Peculiar Estate Landlord and Residents Forum. She is the pioneer and current president, NAM Academic Staff Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited. Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Nwabueze currently serves as the Dean of the Faculty of Arts. Her illustrious career reflects a profound commitment to scholarship and public service. Her unwavering dedication to education, research, and community engagement distinguishes her as a respected scholar and community leader. Today, we celebrate her invaluable contributions to academia and society. She is happily married to Professor Nwabueze, and they are blessed with children and grandchildren. Vice Chancellor Sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pleasure that I now invite you to warmly welcome our inaugural lecturer for the 27th inaugural lecture of the National Open University of Nigeria, Professor Iyabode Nwabueze, MNAR, as she delivers her inaugural lecture titled, "The Woman is First Woman, the Linguistic Exploration of Our Personhood." I now invite the Vice Chancellor to please invite the inaugural lecturer to the podium. The Vice Chancellor, sir.
By the authority conferred on the Vice Chancellor of the National Open University of Nigeria by the Senate, may I invite Professor Iyabode Nwabueze to present the 27th inaugural lecture of the university.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. The title of the lecture, like I've been told, is "The Woman is First Woman." the linguistic exploration of our personhood. By privilege, I'm presenting the 27th inaugural lecture of the National University of Nigeria. And my name, as you have been told, is Iyabode Nwabueze, MLA. I want to recognize first the owner of our lives, and that is God. And He's the one that gave us breath to be here. And it's by His mercy. And I think from the last thing that happened in this university, the kind of prayer I've been receiving, we have never had it before like that, and it happened, but we give glory to God. Because the Bible says all things should give thanks to God. And I'm telling you, the prayers are overwhelming, but God will not be all the glory. I want to next recognize the Vice Chancellor and the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Deputy Vice Chancellor Technology, Innovation and Research. Please, I want to apologize. I'm skipping an important recognition, and that's my former Vice Chancellor, Professor Christian Iyabode. You are welcome, sir. I want to also recognize before us the registrar, people represented, the bursar. He actually said I have this also. He came to my office to tell me, please, I may not be able to be here, but I will try. So I want to recognize my sister, the University librarian, and the Dean of Faculty of Art presented, our former DBC that was my staff, that is my staff, anyway, still my staff. So I gave him order to be here to present the Dean's office. So the Deans of other faculties, we have been working as a team, and it has been awesome working with you all. I know what happened recently will not happen again, by the grace of God. The members of Senate of the University of National University of Nigeria Senate, and I want to, at this time, recognize one important body that accepted me last year, the Nigerian Academy of Letters. The president is here, leading the team that was coming from the Nigerian Academy of Letters. You are all welcome, sir and ma'am. I want to also recognize my head of department. He has been awesome. We fight in makeup, but he has been awesome. Even as I was coming out, he was up praying and shouting with prayers. That's my head of department. The heads of other departments present, the directors, whether you are center or the director of academic. I know I have many of them in my the university always continue to carry my people because they know we deliver. The VC said that we are the best faculty, and he's not lying. I'm telling you, he's not lying. Other academic and non-academic teaching colleagues, I am humbled by your presence. My Lord, spiritual and temporal, my resident pastor said will be here. I don't know if pastor, I've seen my unit pastor somewhere. Please, you're supposed to sit here. The seat have been reserved for you, please. Resident pastor, if you are here, actually pastor, if you are here, please, you are supposed to be here. So my dear student, my Lord, spiritual and temporal, the Royal Highnesses, my dear students, as all of you have been presented as the MC was talking, the members of the forum of the state, I can see MTA here, so we recognize all of you, the distinguished guests, other members of the Senate and community. Please, in case I did not recognize, but I know this card went far and wide, and many say they will be here. If I have not, please let me know. We are supposed to recognize you if you are here. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome, please. Now, this year makes a 50 years primary school. This journey started. Every child, now we put children into school while they are just a year or 2 years. We push them to school. But I was 6 years when I was taking, I started with me, of course, but the formal education started in 1974. That was when I started. Because the year before, I went with my brother, but my hand did not reach here. Oh, no, I went for break. When they said children should come, I went for break because I know students used to go for break. So by that, they said, no, this one is not the energy for school. So I was able to only enter in 1974. So I became a lecturer in 2000, making 25 years that have been in higher education teaching. And then 1st September, exactly 1st September 2024, I accepted to become a member of the National University of Nigeria. You have also been told, of course, that This normal lecturer, I will also say a story for reasons. Bisi told me this morning, oh, I'm happy you are the first person that using when we changed and we modeled our conference center. So, yeah, I think that also make it historic. Then also I'm the first appointed professor of English, as you have been told. Then this is, I agree within the system. So, sincerely, technically, I'm the first appointed professor of English in the university. Then this is also the first since the Department of English was created. This is also the first because I know somebody presented an English lecture in Lagos, but I developed the first one. Then I'm also the first sitting contributing to everything. And then another thing is that I give glory to God is that two of my predecessors and the faculty of arts and this, they presented earlier this year. The first one is also my immediate past predecessor, Professor Iyabode, in February, then was happened in April. And my head is good now, Abby. Indeed, I give God glory for the privilege of all these things. It is not by might or by power, and I do not take God for granted. I always know you have been gracious to me. You have been gracious to me. I can tell you that. So let's get into talking about what I'm talking about here. Now, when we talk about the woman question, it is not new. There's nothing new about what we're going to talk about here. But the approach, like when I was doing my seminar there in the university, everybody was trying to come to listen to, but I was approaching an old matter with a new way. But I'm talking about when you say the women are oppressed, the women are oppressed. They are not saying, okay, is there anything they are doing? Is there anything, any part they are playing? And that was been my interest in the course of my research. So the fact of my is not something that you say that okay, it is something that we are at the core of my research. And I did not start out to be a woman's advocate. I can assure you that. I didn't know what it was. As a young person, I was in my mind, but I didn't set out as a scholar to be. But my MA English professor drafted me to it. When he asked me, you say you want to do, I actually want to analyze the text of religious leaders. But he now told me, say there's something that is current now. That was just after Beijing 2008. So that's why don't study on this. So I said it's okay, why not? So that was how I went to read up and I started that, so that I have no regrets for having gone into this scholarship. Now, when I was a young person, I would always look at the woman issue, because then I have a very wonderful experience growing up. I have a very happy family. I can assure you that maybe not many children have that privilege, but I had a very happy family. Now the thing is that Bami and I, we could argue a lot. We argue, I'm not just what is wrong with stuff. We argue about politics. I thought my father was for Iyabode, me I was for the document that we donated for. We will be arguing about this thing. But we always end up agreeing to disagree. So I had that freedom to be a woman, to be a girl in the house. Then also Mami was the stuff that when my father said sit down there, she will sit down there, very obedient woman. And then she said, will just be getting me angry. She wants to do something with her money. And then he gives her permission, she cannot do it. I said, which kind of nonsense is this? I will be not tell her, why don't let us be like this? I'm telling you, when she wants to buy a grinding engine, she got there, they told her, your husband must come and give you permission before we can send it to you with her money. So I said, what is this? Let's go and rent somebody that will go with you. He said, this guy is not the time I'm bringing it to. So we have to go and pray together, and then we told my father, he painted the time when they went on one Saturday, the man so good to her. So that was how she was that obedient. And me, I used to look at it and say, what is this problem? But the thing is, I was not my family's wife. She was the wife. So but when I got married too, I understood what she was going through. African men. They are awesome. My daughter can tell you what happened in my house yesterday. Was telling me she did this organ authority. I think I'm so. So my letters, of course, I can tell you when I got my bishop, she had paid this card to invite me. You know, he asked me after praying for me, now said, how is your family? I said, my family is fine. When I go out, I told my husband, somebody else forgot to me. This question my bishop asked me, he asked a lot of load. People are talking about, when I look at the topic, he said, the woman is supposed to know. Then I told my husband, this question this bishop asked me is packed a bunch. The one that is talking about this thing cannot have a family. So that's why I just go from that. I left my husband so by laughing. But then my little family, the other family also was one that when they want to meet, I didn't learn that some cultures don't respect women enough to say they can talk. But in my family, if the meeting does the guests are not together, they don't hold the meeting. If they want to take decisions are made. Thank God they are here. The other people are here. And that is the way it was. So that's what I was used to. So I can't understand why you can say woman is less than another person, because maybe again I will look at it that probably because they are their sisters. So because of that, no, this woman must be part of it. So that's what I was used to. So I've always seen women as being there, and that is it. But of course it's that pattern, because when it's their wives, like I told you now, it's the altar now stands straight. So maybe that is just the problem. Now I've also looked at another concept that has been guiding my scholarship, and that's the concept of self-determinism. Now for me, if a woman has innate ability in her, that she can decide things that happen to her, then it is the fact that she should have the self-confidence enough to talk about herself, to decide things for herself, and to be able to do things for herself. But what we have is this, and it's reflected in the language that we use. It is reflected, and that's why we say that even I was just telling them so yesterday, when somebody hit my car, I called my husband, I said, what happened to your car? I said, I called you. Then when I told him, I said, what happened? I said, oh, you're snapping, and let me say, I snapped with him. And I said, okay, the debt is not much that we can always let the man. But the man was doing the bad, of course, they will look for your trouble and then they beg him. I was very mad. I said, if this man I did tell him now, I can take action by myself. Now he has told me, African woman now, if I don't obey now, I become so I have to now obey because of that. And that is left with the African woman. But most time when you can take a decision and say, I want to go, somebody like, if you remember the story of circumcision, Ada is circumcision, what happened to her? She went to go to school, and this young lady forced the hand of the parents to go to school. They sent the girl to school. They kept her in the house, but she went to school. She went there, and teacher had to find a way of helping her. That's how that young lady started. Nobody wanted to pay for her school. Nobody was there to say to her, but she was lucky she was getting scholarship, and that is the story that is told. It has guided my thinking. When I look at any text, when I look at any writing, when I look at it that come before me, I look at it. What is the woman doing? Is she confident in herself enough to want to achieve what she wants to achieve? And that has been what I guided my scholarship. So self-determination is about women being able to determine their fate and deciding about issues concerning their lives. And that is just it. I was a young girl, I didn't understand what it meant, but then that was the way I was wired. Kind of fair, being fair is the right thing. Now the woman question. Now this question has been it's about her realities. It's about the things that people are guiding her. It's about essentially the questions about who the woman is, what she has been able to do, who she was, and this thing as it's expressed in every aspect of her life. That has been part of what I've been guiding, what I've done. So I started questioning that first. Then I look at the two rules. Brown and Gilman did a study on the power of pronouns to and who. When if you study French, you actually take it from French, and it is found that it actually can be applied to all European languages, we call them Indo-European languages. And then he applied this, and he found that when you address a lesser person or a co-equal, you use two. That is, in the Yoruba we call it Iwo. Then if you apply to someone that is higher, you say who. That means any. Any is a plural in Yoruba, but it also means a sign of respect. I cannot tell my husband and tell him to work, but I have to use any because there's a superiority in terms of ranking. So, and that is just what he did. And I decided to look at it and use the derogate texts. And when I applied it to the pronouns of he, she, and women, I found that most times we say he or she, man or woman, boy or girl. We do this thing without thinking about them. But as a scholar, you interrogate these things. And I said, okay, why can't you say she or he? Why can't you say female or male? Why can't you say woman or man? Why must it be he or she? And this is what I was saying. And I say it is just because the society has a fixated mind. A thing in their head that says the woman comes after the man. And that is just it. And these are the things that have been interrogated where I started for. So I challenge this. Somebody decided to say, oh, by writing standard, that means you are not following the proper order that God has made. God has said the man is higher than the woman, the man is superior to the woman, so because of that you are ungodly. But I said to say, okay, let me check further. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Why should I be thinking like this? So I started to interrogate further, and I found out that one of the people I checked is Nwabueze, and I did a study on her then. I think it was actually something I later published. And I found that, what was it she was talking about? You see that in the Egyptian-Arab war, you find that the woman, she interrogated that the woman is actually, she can be a maid, and the maid that can abuse her and get away with it. How can it happen to the woman? Even there's one story, I think woman on zero. The lady became a prostitute, and she said she killed her king eventually. Now this is the strange story. She had no place in paradise. This woman suffered everything, was very obedient wife, very cooperative wife. But when she was obedient to paradise, what happened? They said because her clothes didn't cover very well, so part of her, in Israel you're supposed to dress with socks and then wear clothes. So nobody, part of your body should show because you will tempt a man. So and because of that, they are not arguing. I know her hair opens somewhere, her this opens somewhere. She doesn't have to go to paradise, but eventually she comes to paradise. She hopes that when she gets to paradise, the man she's married to will be able to now, she will have the man to herself, because here she has to share with him. But what did she find before she got to paradise? That man already has 2 women that are already taking care of him. And so the woman has no place even in paradise. Of course, we talk more about that in religion, because you don't see where religion is. Now Benjamin Freeman said something like that. If religion, and this is also another question, if religion actually follow the way it should follow, the way it is in the scripture, women will be treated better. And that's what a reverend gentleman was saying here. I got this from Twitter. And someone actually brought my attention to it, and I tried to say, okay, this is interesting. I went to check what this guy had been writing. And I found this one that, now if you actually practice Christianity is based to practice, you should respect women. I know that was also the argument now why if Islam is practiced the way it should be practiced, you should respect women. And that's what our religious bodies doing these days. So when I look at the quote above, it demonstrates actually by the proper application of religion, we actually be able to treat women better. Now I did a study on the Yoruba Proverbs. Now many of us think of Yoruba as a very forward-looking and progressive race. But it is in Yoruba Proverbs that Kakakoko Salara Aje, Osubogoma Shiobiri, Eyewa Yilu Eye. So now for you to better for a woman, she now has all her children they are female. And then so what I mean, all of them are witches. And that is just what happened. So we don't have a so in short, what do I need to say? That the woman is actually a witch. So when she give birth to more women, there's witches multiplied. And that's just one proverb. I grew up in Yoruba land. This was my first language. But this is what women have. Of course, when we were small, we use all these things. But you don't know what it meant. But as a scholar, you interrogate these things, you begin to see that there's something wrong with the psychology of the people. Is it deliberate? So maybe they will answer. Now the grammatical inquiry. Now there's something else that also did. I said to apply 2 grammatical elements that people look at as being diverse. When you talk of transformation generative grammar by Chomsky, you look at it as a mentalistic grammar. Then when you look at the SFG by Halliday, distinct functional grammar, they know okay, that was more applicable to the realities. So there's a lot of criticism against transformation generative grammar. Then there's a lot of acceptance of TGG. Unfortunately in UI, we use TGG. So that's what we are trained with. I remember the sister Iyabode, who was one that taught us, and all of us would just this man okay, because she would just be talking above her head there. But then, it was also my best subject. And it's also what I'm teaching now. I'm still teaching it. Now, you look at SFG, it's sociologically disposed. So, when I was to do my first master's, that was I used, because I had to be trained by my supervisor on how to use it. But that's not what we're trained with it well. Now, but because of this, I don't look at it when I was doing my PhD. I said, why not put these things together? They are both grammars. What does it mean? Yes, one is in Europe, the other one is in America. But what does it mean that they are saying to our variants? So I tried to bring them together. And what did I find? I find that by the time you are actually using the tool, it gives you more detailed access into the data. I was able to use TGG to uncover the psychological base of the language usage by this woman. And I was able to now use the SFG to do the reveal the additional, which of course also related to the psychological aspect, the textual and interactional, which means that when the language is used by you to me, and that is what we're able to use. So we find that in the end, what did this reveal to us? That the psychological base of this women is also expressed in their physiological usage. Now you look at this example. If girl pays 300 naira per day, that was long ago. So don't say 300 naira per day for protection money. That was a lot of money that time. Now you look at the actor, is the girl, which is female. Then the action, material process, which is paid. And then it goes to go. What do they pay? It is 300 naira. Then circumstance for protection money. That's the SFG that I'm using to do the analysis. And then what do we have there? It is effective clause. And we have a large percentage of the clauses are effective. Then who receives the benefit of this effective action by the woman? It's men. It's the society. If they pay it to the landlord, they make money for the landlord, as we find in the other examples. So the woman, even though she's like effective, which when you interact with the grammar, it shows that she's actually active, she's agentive. But then, and that's also the thing that comes with TGG. They are agentive, but it is not to their benefit. So they do this thing to the benefit of society, to the benefit of men, but not much to their benefit. If you look at the work itself, you will see the whole table of analysis, and you see the percentage, the high percentage of the 70% by the men. But then, what about for the women? No. And then look at the second one. I feel guilty because I know what I'm doing is a dirty job. These are prostitutes. Now, when you look at, now of course it's not a mature process, it's a mental process, it's a psychological state. Now we know what you are doing is wrong, but you are doing it, then there's something wrong there. So it tells you that there's something wrong with the psychology of the men. Then let's look at this one. This one is extracted from actually TGG. Now you show that the data shows that Seriki, that's if you know market computer, says Seriki there's the big boy. I use the concept of the title of those texts to do analysis. Now he there's the big boy. That means that the word there, it actually shows an agentive element. But then there are big boys, and these big boys, they are up there. How dare you? And that is just what this text is telling us. And then you look again, the teenage paying landlords, which are males, then they make millions, which are effective, but then to whose benefit, not necessarily to their benefit. The full details of this is actually in the work itself. You will see all the tables are presented there. But the concept that you need to know is that the women actually, they appear to be active. They appear to be doing something you call them, that they are actually taking initiative, but then it's not to their own benefit. Then I was looking. So when you look at the way these elements, the grammar have been able to help us with the data, do we actually call them strange best values? No. Because when you apply the tool, you find that it actually enriches your data and your finding. And that is what I advocate that. Instead of us, like he said, they are for SFG, Iyabode, we are for TGG. But can we collaborate? Can we come together and see this? Like somebody that is saying, these are still things that are important. Can we also develop our own? Is it possible? I think it is. So it is we apply ourselves to that can be true. But the point of making is that they are actually not as strange as we thought they are. They are also the analysis of women and their use of photographs. They want to call the page 3 girl. It has been controversial. Women that actually think the commodification of women is bad. And when you look at most advice, they will put woman here to attract, to draw people. And then you now see in this case, but I said, okay, let me look at the one that the women are the one acting and initiating. They send their picture half naked, posing sexually, and sending it for newspaper to publish. And then they put their contacts there. I don't think that is for the respect of women's dignity. That's also what I'm querying in this place. Now I came to now, and I found that, okay, oh dear, let's see, what's the question of female in oh dear? The first thing I interrogated was the program I was employed for, English. And I looked at it, was called English language there. And because they were mostly to do with only language courses and all of that, before we did some upgrading. But what did we find? That was the first conference I actually took to Kerala, India, in PCF6. I interrogated the gender. Like I told you, when I became sensitive to gender issues, I began to interrogate things that come across the gender eye. And I saw there that a lot of that program is not gender friendly at all. And we try to do what we could within the period we were the head of the university. And then when we developed the MA English and the PhD, we tried to put in gender courses. But then there is a lot still need to be done. As you will find, because as you will find here, if you look at this, I don't what presenting most is the radar graph. If you look at the radar graph, you will see the tiny presentation of the female. Then look at the center, almost invisible by course materials. And the interesting thing is this: the courses with the longest male projections in the, of course, I'm also looking at the pronouns, the pronominal usages. They are written by female. Is it not funny? It's only one of them that are written by a male. They are written by a female. And then the female too have been captured by this writer thinking that the woman actually should be hidden. And when you look again at the graph, you see the one showing the female, that red one, again is the lowest. And even probably going down. Then I now did an interesting thing again. I said to say, okay, maybe university needs to really look at gender study and create a gender center. And this is what we are actually advocating, as you see in our recommendations. Now look at the DOJ again. Look at the academic staff. The DISA has to submit data of their staff recently. And when they gave me, and I began to look at the pattern. And I told my colleagues, I said, let me have all the data. I want to do analysis. And I did analysis. And I was seeing, apart from management science, where the women are dominating, and health sciences, where the women are doing like this. Within the university, you see all the Dean of Management Sciences. Thank you for giving the women the power in your faculty. But we see there that again, that the women, if you look at the graph, the women are actually going down. But I don't want to believe it's a deliberate action by the university to employ more men than women. Even in my faculty, you have, I found by doing the analysis, I found that you have more male than female. Then you have the Greek and the social sciences, that they are made for the men. You have men dominating seriously in those two faculties. Is it that women don't farm? I know most women are not that farm. They actually do the practical. But maybe they need to also learn to do the theory. So this is what we found when we did the analysis within now itself. Now, I come to the issue of women themselves are part of the problem. Now, when we are training women, when we are training children, what do we really do? Our head of the family, I think my wife in Ibadan, chief's wife, was telling me that they had a family friend, and the man has only 2 sons. And the man will tell you, see, if one of them, my wife will become old, and then go and marry your wife and you become selected, you people should be, they're not cooking, they have 2 sons, but they're not taking care of them in the house. Now, being part of the problem is what? I've tried to look at the fact that what is it the part that women play in their own disempowerment, in their language usages? When you are talking, say, and there's sort of you are not talking like a woman. So how do women talk? And women talk like that. A woman will say that, a woman will say that. A woman will say that. So how do women talk? We did a historical analysis. Because it is the fact that it is a power mindset. And now when we talk like that, even as women, we talk like that. And it is terrible. So but that is just the thing. So the women themselves are part of the problem. But are they always been the case? And this is what we also check. So when you look at what we have done, we have actually tried to look at what is the role the women play. But then it has not always been like that, as we show as we go along. Because we did a historical profile, and we to women were able to say that no, before now it was not like that. And then what we found was the problem was actually colonialism and religion. Now the UN proposed 35% affirmative action in which women are given concessions. So if you want to employ 100 people, you give 35 positions slot for women. If you want to give position, political position, Nigeria is not applying it, so don't get carried away. Nigeria is not applying it. But the truth is this: is it what the women need? Is it really what the women need? Because we are trying to ask that question. Is it that the women need to be considered? For me to become a graduate of English, do I need to be given concession? So this is the question I have. But I think that's not what the women need. The issue is this: when the woman's brain, as I was born, they didn't ask, oh, this is female brain, this is male brain. And that is the reason I can do this. And because my child is also PhD in English and PhD in English. Is it not so? So, Modolua is PhD in English. The same thing also that Professor Bafena is PhD. I know PhD in her area biology because my friend also PhD in biology. I don't know the specialization now. Please forgive me. But the truth is, what the point we are making is this: that there's no brain that is superior to another. There's none as academics. And that's why we say when we look at the examples of these men, Professor Bola, they are aware of Ibadan. Women, Dora Akuyini, Ngozi Okojo-Obiala, that is now even the director of the World Trade Center. And then Obi-Ode President, that is giving a lot of problems to many governments. And then Okonile Salami of Uniben, that is DC, or Folashade Ogunshola, that is that of Unilag. Okay, Modoluwa here, Jibril Johnson here, Doris Obiege here, Grace Aneto. Where are you? Ghanaians, Othman, additional. Is their brain, is it what they are women that they are achieving? No, that is the truth. So the women do not need affirmative action. That's my position. Some people not agree with me, but that's my position. What we need is level playing ground for everybody. Let everybody have the same opportunity. You see, the racism that we are having in the world, it did not start just by chance. It started with the fact that racism started with culturalization or socialization. Let everybody have the same opportunity. I will tell you where the difference is. I will tell you where the difference is. But don't tell anyone to go and carry a bag of cement. The powerful women. So historically, the women are the powerful. We did a study on this. I want to do a study on this. And I will find that the rest of Queen of the Benin Kingdom, Queen Amina of Zazam, and that one was even so proud. She said no man was big enough to marry her. That was, she was leading the war by herself. She was the one that led the Yoruba to defeat the Igbos. You talk about Fushika. She was the supplier of what they call now for the war. She was the one supplying all these things. She was the one that was supplying armament to the warriors in Ibadan. She was Iyabode and Magatidu was Lagos. She was a big trader. What of Magneteco? And I was saying on the internet for Magneteco. Do you know what is funny? You find a lot about her, you do not find about her husband. Then what about you? Somebody had made a film, and I thank God for that woman, Mrs. Peters, that did a film recently concerning funeral. These are women that stood their ground and stood against wrongs. And these are the women that were our progenitors. So the question is this. The modern woman, how did we get here? That's the title of my story, sorry to provide that I did. How did we get here? Now this concerns the modern African woman. And the question is this, that what happened to us? Colonialism and religion. Colonialism and religion. Please, I need you to read that paper. The women, whether in East Africa, in West Africa, in North Africa, in Southern Africa, they were strong women pre-colonial times. But when religion came, when colonialism came, what happened to these women? We became jejeli women. And then we begin to talk about you become yayaj and you cannot talk, you cannot drink water again. Now I talk about linguistic self-replacement of self-assertion. What language do we use? When you talk about yourself, don't worry. So the English language are the account of the problem. But I've also proven to you that even in our proverbs in the regional languages, there's a problem. So yes, the English will tell you he or she. Is because in the man-made language, because they said, even the grammarians then said that women should not even talk. They said the women are behind the men. They called for a law to say that women should not in the 18th century. And that is what we expect. Now we have the relics of it in our psychology. Now we find that this language deliberates women, agreed. But then a lot is being done now to correct that. But then we do the rigorous study, myself and my team, I have a gender team. And we find that in the Bible, there's a chapter in I think in Nehemiah that they were recounting the history of men, of lineages in Israel. There was no single woman. No single woman. He said that those women just dropped from heaven. And that's the question. And then we do the interrogation, we find that yes, that in the analysis. No, I think this one particularly is about the story of creation. And the Hebrews say that the man and the woman, they are created as human beings. But then, when we text the English translations, it shows that the woman is after or beneath the man. And that say that there's a problem with the English language, but we have seen that a lot is being done now to correct that. But we also try to see that women also have the problem of bonding. But we also did a study a Facebook group on the internet, and we study women bond when they have the level playing ground to actually interact. So these are the things that we have tried to do. Now, because grammar I was subtract, we have shown that really the language we use actually subtract, except we consciously go out of our way to avoid using languages that are wrong. So the debate is about gender predominance. Some people say there's no gender at all. Some people say that is crazy. That is crazy. I don't subscribe to that. If you look at predominance.com, there's a lot of questions you will ask me, how do you want me to address you? Please, if you're a woman, you're a woman. You are biologically a woman. You are biologically a man. To say sex change and all of that, for me, it can never be something that makes sense at all. Because you get trapped in the body. But that is not for me to say. It's for people that believe in it. But in language, then it becomes a problem if you begin to stretch the gender beyond what actually the biological extent that we have it. Now, the talk to religion. Now, the Bible says that religion is the opium of the masses. And then we use it to manipulate people. We use it to manipulate women. Now, you have women. Like, thank God my pastor is there. In our church, the women sit on the second row. Then in the mosque, I ask questions. The women don't go to the mosque to pray. And I had to ask my consultant, Dr. Jani. He told me that because it's more honorable for the woman to pray in her house than to go to the mosque. I don't know. But for me, it just tells you that there's something wrong with our religion. I think we need to really look again at that and look at it that indeed, what do we think that is the right thing to do? Everybody has a right to what they should do. The woman should be able to be free to come out. He said that the woman can only cover herself for strangers, and then that she's free to be free with her brothers and that. Anyway, it's okay. I cannot tell people what to believe or what to believe, but I still think religion should actually learn to be fair to the woman. So and that is it. I've also tried to use my creativity as a tool. You will go to get a gift of a book that you have seen there. I've tried to look at the weaker one. It talks about a childless woman. That the husband was the one with the problem. But who did the society always blame? Is the woman. That is the one that cannot perform. And then we forget that the man that actually, then the man is almost having girls. They say it's the woman's fault. It's only girl you can give birth to. But they forget that it's the man that gives the sex to the woman. Then we also have the weaker person. It's also something related. But the woman, in all this story, the woman stands strong. The women were able to succeed, the women were able to overcome. And that is the point I will always try to make, because that's what I believe in. Now she's first human. Now we have come to where we are going to. Now we are trying to look at the humanist of the woman, we are trying to look at what society has done to her. But the thing is this. You see, if you say look at this thing, I told you in my house now, everything you want to do, everybody will be involved. If we look for men, and like I said, probably because they are sisters, you don't also treat their wives like that. I remember every time I tell my brother, I'll tell them, this is what you are doing. If somebody does it to me and their wife, will you be happy? That's the question. That's my own blackmail for my brothers. That's what one of them is there. I will tell them, will you let somebody to do this to me? And when they don't choose somebody to tell like this, maybe just the old woman is there, woman activist in me that's always do that. So the woman is nonetheless, the website treats her, makes it seem like that she was. The woman is not the enemy of the woman. They will say that you don't show your secrets to women. It's not a problem I realize it. You don't tell women your secrets. For God's sake, who should know your secret more than your wife? Who should know everything about you? And then, yes, and that is just it. So every child was born a person. Every child, whether male or female, it is the society that socializes you to your gender. It is society. Now, this man said that it says the original text of religion, like we have proved, shows that you look at the original text that the woman, you always remember the humanity of the woman is basic. The woman is as basic a human being as a man. And that is the point we have tried to make. Now, we have looked about that the pronoun used for the baby is it. It is the pronoun of the baby. And that pronoun does not have sex. It does not have gender. But what do we do? Just like racism, we start telling that black people they are violent. You take the one, those white people they are bad. And then we begin to socialize children to hate the other one. But when they are small, they don't do that. So all the children were born as it. Your baby is a it. It does not have gender. But you are the one that not socialize that to become either she or to become he. And then she becomes conscious that, oh, she is supposed to be in the kitchen. Then he is supposed to drive. And we even hear countries where they don't allow the women to drive. And there are countries where women must be followed by the man before she can go out. Indeed, the brain of a woman is not less than that of a man. And that is the truth. So women achievers were proof as I said above, they do not have less brain than the man. Because when we have a male VC now, we can also have a female VC tomorrow. It is very, very possible. So we need to choose for that the woman is human. And then taking her place. The issue of concession does not even arise. So the woman is an insult to say that you want to begin to give concession to a woman. Let her test her brain against that of the male and let her achieve. And that is what we are saying. So first reality is that for her to actualize, that is the important thing. Let her also be. If you are a woman and you have a man, you are the one that has economic power. What is wrong with you supporting your husband? And then you are the man, you have economic power. What is wrong with you picking up your wife? Some of you will be very high up there, and your wife will be primary six older. Then you are ashamed to take her to your party, your company party. Then you now go and marry one small girl somewhere to replace her. I mean, that is wickedness. So we are probably advocated cooperation between the genders. Okay, I'll talk about the communication. Then you need to communicate with her with respect. With respect. If you will not treat your sister like that, why will you treat somebody to your wife in the way you not treat you almost way to treat your sister? I remember when somewhere once when our son, they found out that there was something that happened. I said, no, this boy is not like this. Because somebody did something he didn't like his sister. And that is just it. But I hope anyway, the time the wife called and complained, I told him, I said, you never do this again. He said, oh, grandma, no, never again. So the woman brain is not gender, and that is very, very important. So what are my conclusion here? That the gender studies are always been that my own study, the woman can. She can, she has it in her. She has it in her. I said before, don't tell her, go and carry 50 bags of cement, 50 kg bags of cement. Then she can have this baby of the 2.5 or 2 or 4 kg. That is a boy. And the one can carry that bag of cement for you. Yes. She's not wired to carry that bag of cement, she's wired to carry that boy and carry that bag of cement. So don't give her what she should not do. I'm telling you. Even though I always said that woman is not properly trained and physically abused, but experience has also shown that if given the opportunity, the woman can be everything that she needs to succeed. So it's always easy to see the ability that women are our sisters and our cousins. My cousin is here. I know if anybody talks to me anyhow, the boy will remove dress and fight. But I hope he does that for his wife. And that is very, very important. The neighbor also, that allow me indicate that human beings and we should address them as such. And we should also know that taking it to the general world, that is, if we can treat our own immediate family well, then we should also say that if we meet any woman, we should not treat them less. We should not say they are less because they are women. So, what are my recommendations? Now, I'm going to take time to read this. The first one is this. My women, see yourself as God's crown of creation. Give respect to yourself. Talk to yourself like a person. I can, I am, and I can be. And there's nothing you cannot be. God gave you the brain. Yes, you are not wired to do brawny things and physical things, but you are wired to be mentally alert and succeed. So the first thing that you first of all see yourself that you can, that the way you look at yourself affects your implicit choices. The externalization process, you must be intentional. And again, let me appeal to all the women. But we are going to have this problem. You will tell your daughter, go to the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen, you are not coming. What about the boy? What about the boy? He's free to go and play his ball. No. It should let the marriage will be useless. My brother came the other day and he had to in my house. He said, auntie, this will be very soon. I will tell my wife. She, your wife, when is not always soon. I said, my husband, am. I'm more than confirmed. For God's sake, there's nothing wrong. If he is not able to, what is it? Yeah, he's a professor, but he's also my husband. So what is there? He looked at me and I enjoyed the soup. So please, it is that we should be intentional. In the way we train our children, we should be intentional. That's the truth. Don't say God is a God. Then you know your work will kill you in the house. Then you the boy in the video, they will be going to play. Now must be the cross-cutting gender research. Please, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, you have the spread, you have the ability, you have the resources to lead the way in Nigeria in cross-cutting gender research. And there's nothing wrong that I want to appreciate Professor Kolashi. We have been having some conversation around gender things. The town should have a gender research center. Please, I'll show you that even within the university in your employment pattern, you didn't know that, but there's a pattern in your employment. And now also needs to look at the resources it has to ensure that your course materials should be made policy that strictly gender balancing should be enforced. It's very important. What we have now is actually two male bias. Then we also in action new operation need to be more gender friendly, including the employment patterns. I've mentioned that. Then we also see that religious organizations. I'm appealing to you, my Lord, spiritual and temporal. Please, when you look at your policies and it's not favorable to women, it's not kind to them. Please, now I mentioned my child that we received from the second one. That was the first thing that put me off when I got to church. But the truth is that when I was in Ghana, we challenged our pastor. He said it is the way women dress. It's the way they dress that you expose your body and all of that. That way the policy of the church is like that. I said, okay, if the woman dress very well, he said, why would women not go to sit in the front? And he immediately made that policy. Once a woman is well dressed, you come to the front and you sit. That was in Ghana. I don't know what happens to other places. But really, if the religious practices and policies are not woman-friendly, are discriminatory, I think we should look at it. Whether it is in the Islamic, whether it is in the Christian. And you know, when you look at our study that we have found, really, we start to show that the traditional religion, I know Father Osho will be very happy about that. It shows that the women, they obtain their position by their ability. They become leaders, they become here or more, and this and that, because of their spiritual ability. But in the church, how many women are pastors? How many women are fathers? Maybe I said their husband died and they took over. How many Islamic, are you heard of many Islamic women that are claiming that are speaking for Islamic religion in Nigeria? I don't know of many. I said they are Protestants. They are protesting against what the men are doing. So we need to look at it and let us be that there is nothing wrong with the woman. If most of your members are women, why are they the ones that are backbenchers? Please, let's take a second look at that, please. Then the government really, there's a gender policy, but how is it being applied? Women are still being abused, still being threatened, still being displayed against at workplace. It is happening. It is the truth. And that the government really need to look at the policy and make sure it is effectively applied. Today, Nigeria refused to pass it because the National Assembly is based on things that if you allow women to have what's it called now, visibility. You know, Senator Iyabode, when we were doing our research with Stella, she was telling me some things she had tried to pass. All these things are fully in the lecture. She was talking about those things she wanted to pass, and then the way the men will rise up against it. But the policy is a game of numbers. Policy is a game of numbers, and that's to tell us that female politicians, we need to work together to ensure that women come in the place of power. She said she's doing some things. I will be interested in partnering with her. You know, why do you want to say that you are getting women, young girls, that should be in school to be getting married to old men with grey hair? For God's sake, just destroy the future of this girl because our government is looking. Our government is looking. Our children should be in school, not in homes. They let them be children so that they can grow up and become successful and mature adults that can be useful to the country. In the game of population is numbers, so getting more women to be in position of power is very, very important. We need to encourage them and support them. Advocate for women to have enough respect for their own bodies to keep themselves till they get married. What is, I want to tell people, what is it that you are looking for? This sex will eat and you'll be tired. You'll be tired. Then you will be a young girl of 12. You start carrying yourself and giving a man. Why not keep yourself? Let the men learn self-control. Let them learn self-control. Because if you are not giving in, they will not. I mean, you see the story in Throwback. Let men learn self-control. They will deceive with sugar atom. But then, it's just to destroy your life and move on. So let mothers, let us teach our daughters to respect their body. It's respect for their body. Because if you don't train their daughter to learn respect for their body, the men will not, the sons will not learn self-control. So this is one of the things I'm advocating. And it is all important that we all agree that woman is first, that the woman is first of all a human being. Is first of all created by God as a human being. And then it is that they will be able to learn to treat her as a person. We'll be able to now to project her as a person, talk to her as a person. And this will affect our language usage. My Vice Chancellor, sir, I've said what I have done, and I've said what I believe should be the way forward. I want to, at this time, glorify the name of the Lord that has been gracious unto me. I have tried all my best to do, like you see the picture I have here, my unit ID card. I'll try to serve, do all I can to make sure that God Himself is honored in my life. My parents are the set of people I want to thank God for. That they believe in the truth. I remember my father went to collect my testimonial. He was told that this guy is very brilliant too. In my second student. For me, this is my cousin. The parents were seeing our children. They are seeing service. So I went there for the day after my wife, and then my father had to go and collect all those things. And then they told her this guy is very brilliant too. Let any level she wants to go, let her go. And I kept that in his heart. But I told my mom, and my mom told me. Because my mom will quarrel very well, but we also are friends, as we did with mothers. My first love was my dad, so we're very close. So I thank God for my siblings. I thank God because, like she's out here, you may want to stand up. Somebody was asking, why can you be a pastor and also be a chief? He was born as a chief. He was known as a chief. But you see, one thing God did for me is that when I gave my life to Christ, I raised all of them into the kingdom. I see all of them too. Whether they have the title of pastor or not, they are pastors. Because that was before I came by Jesus. I prayed on all of them gave their life to Christ. And he's a pastor, but he had to take on the chieftaincy of our lineage last year when he was crowned as a chief. Now here I represent my people here. I've mentioned the outer family, and I want to thank God for the outer family because they made me to be confident. Many people think I was proud. I am not. It's just the way I was raised as a girl. Like if you quote, you say, oh, believe you or me. I was raised as a girl to be self-confident, and that is also I thank my family for doing that because none of us is treated as less than the other in my family. And I want to thank this young man, this fine man that I'm here. He was introduced. I want to thank God for this man. I'm telling you, let them see you. That's another out there. He's the son of the head of our family now. That's Kule. You are welcome. So, I want to, come there. You will come out with your wife. Nwabueze. You are welcome. This family, just like my family, they are very awesome. They make sure their girls went to school. They married well, and they themselves, there are some people, as I say, I told my husband, now authority. This one that you see there too, now military general, now authority. All of us, we don't pay very well, we are very obedient wives in the house. So I want to thank God for all of you because when I first came back to Abuja, the Ada, you are my host. Not me, so. Now my sister-in-law, we are both married to this man in the Nwabueze family. So you are welcome, General. Thank you very much. So I want to thank God for that family because they received me, they took me in, and then they treated me like a wife. This man here, he calls me queen. But when he calls me queen, it's because he is a king. If he's not a king and is able to be the head that he is, I mean, how can I? Yes, that's it. I think everywhere that man knows how to treat a woman. That family know how to treat a woman. And that's why you see us manage them and refusing to go anywhere else. So I want to thank God for my teachers. I mentioned Professor Wale Sisoro of Blessed Memory. And of course, I also have to talk about my supervisor, Professor Lamidi. I said it should be online. Professor Ken Data was my mentor. He taught me how to do international publishing. I'm telling you, that guy, when I started, when he taught me how to fly, I started flying. And that he does it. He's also a fellow of our alumni, of our academy. He was the past secretary. So these are people that have taught me how to be a person, a scholar with them. The first time I gave him my abstract to read, the man project diary, even my first chapter that he read, the man said, that's what they do. Oh yeah, it's not like that, Lara. Go and do like this. And they critique my work and make sure that they don't spare. These people, they don't spare. I want to appreciate the Academy of Letters. My vice president, the president, hey, he told me, say, a strong person, that's why you have put the Academy of Letters. I said, me, small me. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, ma. Thank you so much. My co-inductee of last year, I think your picture there here. Now wow, it was an awesome time for us. So I want to appreciate you very much. Thank you for coming. It is not me, it is God you are going to. Thank you so much. Upon my staff, they have no choice, I must be here. You know, the active BC now, he was inducted to this year. So he knows all of us. When he's telling you the best faculty, he knows what he's talking about. So I want to thank you, my colleagues. I mentioned my HOD, my Senate members. You chose me to represent you. And I'm going to wonder why. That I am honored. I am honored. Thank you for your votes that put me in the council. I want to appreciate my colleagues in the faculty. This baby is there. You know that Esther was here. She's not that this makeup or that you see me looking fine. And she'll be posting on TikTok this morning. So these people know that they're awesome. And of course, we talk about the person like Mrs. Jonathan. She's not coordinating. I think that's why she's not here. She's not coordinating all the activities in the faculty where you'll be affected like later. So I want to appreciate all these my colleagues are here. Many of you have sent me messages. They have sent me prayers. I think I should appreciate all the professors in my faculty. Professor Emeritus, what can I say? What can I say? We thank God for your life. He just lost the wife last month and he's still able to be here. He's always there guiding us in the faculty. Emeritus, please, thank you, sir. This is my VC that you are seeing here. We first met in face to face, you know, our VC to senior lecturer at that time from where we met at PCF6. He told me, who gave you the permission to be here? Who gave you? I said, okay. Anyway, thank you, sir. I said, okay. You know, then Paul sponsored me. And I said, let me not lose this opportunity. I wrote I tired. I said, okay, let me do. And I was running away from my visit. He said, honor me. He told me, how did you get there? I said, it's called this and that. Okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And this, during the 5th inaugural lecture, I saw him wear one cloth I like. I said, Listen, Prof, I like this cloth, I want it. He said, hey, you want it, I will give it to you. And I can tell you, I sent that cloth to me. I'm still thinking of what I will use it to sew. But you cannot say, listen, I don't get mine now. I will tell my former BC, say, it was give me cloth again. And that's why I do all of them. You ask DBC, I can't tell you, say, no, but that offend you. I said, me, who am I now? So, but I want to just appreciate them all for this. And I want to also appreciate every single person that has been part of this journey. I know Mrs. Seleka, she's always telling us we are not sending her this thing. But this morning again, she has sent her prayers. Professor Monielua, Professor Jokta, all my lecturers in my department. Faculty of Arts, where are you? Faculty of Arts. Hey! Team FOA, awesome people. We're always going forward and going forward. I want to appreciate all of you. Of course, my students, they are journey online, many of them. They have been the ones that have given me my major challenge. challenges, and they have made sure that they are encouraging me. Yes, it takes a lot to sacrifice. I remember the 41, sisters can be funny. Many of them were proud of it. I had to stress myself and make sure that many of them can graduate to online facilitation. But I want to thank God because all the sacrifices, when some of them posted on my website, I was almost crying. I said, so it's me that they're talking about this, and I want to thank God that it's in my lifetime they can tell me these things. I appreciate that. Of course, I remember I also recognize the registrar of Uniben. That is I don't know whether I just online or is there. Wow, let them see you. Yes, so you are welcome. I think I'm not even there. It's my PhD student. You are welcome, sir. I really appreciate you. God bless you. So I want to also recognize here all the MBA students. I think there are many of them are probably I gave them that if you are in Nigeria, you must be here. I want to appreciate that they challenge. There have been a challenge that God has helped me to do that. Of course, my church is here. My resident pastor. I saw him now. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for coming. He came on behalf of the church. I thought I saw associate pastor. I don't know if I saw him. My district pastor. Did I see him now? Oh, no, he will come. Pastor Anderson. He said he will come. I don't know, that's the apostolic pastor. So the deacons got chair, the church got chair, all of them told me to be here. I want to appreciate all of you. Okay, you're welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. You're welcome, sir. Lily Petra Lokokoma. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. My divine honor unit, we thank you. I can see the chairman of security. Mr. Amisu, you are welcome, sir. That's my estate. What of the chairman? I don't know whether I can see chairman here. So, you are welcome, sir. So I want to thank you all for coming. It is an honor. I want to appreciate you all for coming. And of course, I want to recognize my research team members, the gender research, the larger language research, the psycholinguistic research. Mr. Nicholas, is he here? The gender research team, are you here? Can you guys stand up? Gender research team, Dr. Dike, Dr. Ali, Dr. Degree, who have I not mentioned? Yeah, down here. These women, they are going far. Don't watch out for them. Don't watch out for them. So I want to appreciate you all. The child language research, one of them just went to the US. She just got a scholarship at the New York City University. She has traveled. She has been my psycholinguistic research team. So I have different research teams anyway. I have another one COVID-19. COVID-19 research people, the one that can see alive. Some of them are falling by the wayside. Anyway, we are moving forward. So I want to thank all of you. Reverend Kule Ademina. You are welcome. You are welcome. He came all the way to come here from Edo State. I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate who have I not mentioned here now. Please, in case I did not mention you, please, it is not deliberate. It is not deliberate. I appreciate every single person for being part of this journey. If it becomes you are, but the glory still belongs to only God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I give it again, sir. My Liberia, you remember, please, I will not forget this. My fellowship pastor, Mr. Samuel Patele. My fellowship pastor, I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. Every morning we stay praying for this university. And we see what God is doing. I want to appreciate everybody for coming. I do not take your coming for granted. I appreciate you. May God give you glory and give you the enablement to treat every woman in your life as a human being first and foremost. God bless you.
Well, I think she deserves more than that. As a round of applause, please. Professor Nwabueze, please don't move further. Just to close here, as I want to invite the Vice Chancellor for him to receive the official copy of this 57th inaugural lecture.
The beauty of the inaugural lecture is that the lecturer has a liberty to say whatever he or she wants. So no comment. But if you want to take her up, you can meet her personal website and also in her personal academic but on behalf of the Senate of this noble university, I want to announce that Iyabode, Nwabueze have graduated from Prof to Professor of English Language. We appreciate one of our former Vice Chancellor, Professor Vincent Iyabode, who first initiated this project of inaugural lecture. So he told us that it was criminal for a professor not to present his or her inaugural lecture. You are owing the university. What was there? You are paid, you are dead. So, because Nigerian Academy of Letters is here, let us invite the Faculty of Education to get the baton for Professor Nwabueze and future lecturer as the 28th inaugural lecturer of the university. And the dean is here. He used to be a very noble person who would take up such a challenge, and I think he still is. So the Faculty of Education should take the next slot so that we finish in the Academy of Letters before we now, we have social sciences too, who sometimes identify with letters but sometimes run away to somewhere else. So let's hope that education will be able to give us something. The inaugural lecture is supposed to be for 45 minutes only. But you can write a whole dissertation if you so wish. But then present to us in 45 minutes. But because the woman is first human, we have to be careful. So we keep quiet and then allow her to present it anyway. Since for most of us, it's just a slot in your lifetime, except for Professor Abdallah who had 2 slots. The rest of us, for most of us, it's only a slot. So today is our day, so we have to be quiet and be patient to testify that we also believe that the woman is first human. I don't know whether she will be divine tomorrow, but we're not supposed to make any comment. So, no comment. BBC, please come so that we are done, and so come and give a vote of thanks and so that we can try and thank you.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, let me do it the way I never did it. May I invite Professor Mr. Nwabueze to rise. Please give him a round of applause. Please. I'm sure you know why. The pastor, I won't ask you to write, but you have listened to her. Do thou as she has said. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I want to thank you for the usual opportunity to support the inaugural lectures. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to use this place for today. For the woman who is also human. I want to thank every principal officer present, our colleagues, deans, directors, members of Senate. We thank you. The Academy of Letters, she has always insisted they must be on the front seat. She has continued to command us. But at least after today, we no longer command. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Tinubu, he was constant as the Northern Star. And just like their colleagues sitting by the emeritus Professor Sodero, we thank you for always blessing our occasion. The family, Chief, thank you for condoning her. We thank you. And the wives, General, all of you, we think that the Nwabueze family is a strong one. The Throwback family is also another strong one. The students of Professor Nwabueze and colleagues, research colleagues of this woman, you see, because of the respect I have for the husband, I will simply say she's rebellious. I won't say more than that. The Faculty of Arts, Mr. Vice Chancellor, which you also belong, we need to be careful now of this faculty. When the first female delivered her inaugural lecture, we also knew it was rebellious. Now we have seen another one. For the rest of the year, we will not give a slot to any female. Thank you very much.
Always in his typical self, cool, calm, especially with his great behavior. That's the Godfather for you. Thank you very much, sir. The Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academics here, Professor Chief Mafia. Shortly before we close, permit me very kindly, my Vice Chancellor, sir, to recognize the team from the University of Benin, ably led by the Registrar of that University at Gemola A. Bobola, who's here, along with Professor Paula, Oladumoyi, and Lucky Harold, Deputy Registrar. Thank you for coming. I would like to also very quickly recognize the Acting Secretary of the National Universities Commission, Mr. Chris Miyaki, ably represented by Professor Philomena Ozoison, a visiting professor at the National Universities Commission. Thank you for coming, and we appreciate your presence. At this moment, may I kindly ask that we all rise for the closing matter.